Hello. Oh, let me get the camera a little bit better. Hello, welcome to my channel. I come back. Today, well, first of all, I hope you're all doing good. Having my little procedure. I'm all back. I rested, which is hard for me to do. Okay. I got a few things on Delphi, but just kind of some things to build up to a reading that, dagnabbit. Oh, I got a candle. I'm going to light it off that. Okay. On the Evansdale, Murders of Elizabeth Collins, 8, and Larry Cook, who was 10. Two little girls, disappeared. They were out riding their bike. They were on a trail by a lake. Kind of reminds you of, it's got the Delphi vibe, if you know what I mean. I can tell you, this is bad shit. Oh. Anyways, we're going to look into it. The girls disappeared on July 13th, 2012. And they weren't found until 5 months later. And they were like 25 miles away in like a wooded, secluded area. Found by hunters 5 months after they went missing. And they were staying with their grandmother. They were cousins. And so, you know, it was an adventure. Let's go bike riding. Let's go. It's a different kind of world out there. Can't do that now. Anyways, so I'm going to do a reading on that. Because it reminds me so much of Delphi, and a lot of people are thinking that it's connected to R.A., and that would be Richard Allen. And no, this is all for entertainment purposes only. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. However, these are my opinions, my thoughts, and what I get intuitively. So I'm just going to start talking a little bit, share a little bit with Delphi, and then see what comes in. Like I said, I'm as curious as you all. And I kind of put this off because, well, not put it off, but I just knew it wasn't going to be a fun experience. Okay, back to Delphi. Okay, on January 18th, they're going to have a hearing with Delphi, and that will be televised. Hallelujah. It all needs to be out there, so no one can say, sorry, I'm looking at this, and R.A. was moved to the Wabash Valley facility. He did not feel he was safe where he was. Honestly, he's not safe anywhere. I mean, it's a known fact. Even in prison, they do not like child predators, killers. it is very ironic. I'm finding that Richard is at the same facility that Keegan Kline is at, which I've always felt Keegan's in it. He was the one that kind of, you know, see, some part of me goes, well, maybe he didn't, maybe he did that, but he really did. He didn't know they were going to be murdered. You know what? No, you're wrong, and child porn and the things Keegan Kline was doing. No. And they were found on Ron Logan's property, which, you know, was a little suspect because he had lied about his alibi, and he's no longer with us. He's passed on, so okay, yeah, Keegan Kline. Keegan Kline pleaded guilty. He got 43 years. With what he's doing 40. And let's see. And James Chadwell, you know, that was one that, 100 hands down. I read and I thought, oh my God, this monster is the guy. What in the world? This is weird, guys. I got a new one of these because I couldn't find this one, and it's on my desk. I don't know. That's weird. That's really weird. I don't know why I just noticed that. Okay, back to my thought. Yeah, he was that really. My God, he was pure evil. Little girl disappeared out playing. Parents called. The police immediately started canvassing the neighborhood. Thank God for that. They went to James Chadwell's house, and he told the officers that he had seen her earlier. Well, they left, and they immediately came back and made entry. She was in the basement, stripped, and chained. And she was brutally assaulted, not only by James Chadwell, but he has a dog, pit bull, and the dog was attacking her too, biting her. And the police came in and saved her, because I'm telling you, if they haven't came back, that little girl wouldn't be here today. Okay, is there anything else I missed? That little girl that Chadwell, she was only 9 years old. Ugh. Anyways, I think that's everything I want to go before I go and start on this. Don't know a whole lot. I do know, you know, the little girl's Elizabeth Collins. Let's see. Elizabeth Collins was 8 years old, and Larry Cook was 10 years old. Okay, I got that right. All right. Myers Lake, at a bike trail, and the girls went there, and they were on this bike trail. Between 11:30, 12:30. I don't know why I have middle-aged males here. And I do have a number for the Bremer County Sheriff's Office, you know, for if you have any information to help solve this. It's just, it's appalling. And I know statistically, we're not even number one or even close to the states with the most sex trafficking and children. It's California, Texas, New York. There's another one that's escaping me though, because I read, I do read stuff about psychos. It's helping me understand things better. Okay. So anyways, these little girls disappeared. They found their bikes. Their bikes had been set, stand up. They were upright. They were standing against a fence, I believe. And, I don't know which little girl. One of the little girls. Was it Lyric? I think it was Lyric Cook. She had a cell phone in her purse, but it wasn't hooked up. She played games, like, when she was at her grandma's or somewhere, she could click in on the Wi-Fi and play games. That was found, looked like it had been thrown over the fence. So their bikes, 2 bikes was on this side of the fence, and then there's the fence, and then there's like the water, and that I don't know why I'm stuck on that, but I feel like, why was that thrown over? God, I almost get the feeling that, oh wow. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm just gonna get out of my own head and let things come in and quit overthinking things, because the purse, I want to, I'm like, not that I even want to put myself in this sicko did this energy. It's like, why would he throw the purse over the fence? I would think he would want that kept. Because that's like leaving, I don't know, maybe he thought the phone worked and he'd be tracked. I don't know. But I almost get the feeling one of the girls, that'd be Lyric? I don't know. I get the impression one of the girls threw that over, like, I know this sounds weird, but like breadcrumbs. I do feel it was a middle-aged male. Now, we're going to go into RA a little bit. The things I know to be fact from just all that I've covered on Delphi. I've been there numerous times. Said I wouldn't go back after the last reading I had about. But I don't know now. Now I don't know why I feel like, yeah, maybe it might be safe to go back. Anyways, let's let that go. Bear with me because, I know there's stuff to come out because it's like I'm being pulled in all these directions. Okay, let's talk about Richard Allen and what he did. Richard Allen worked for Walmart, and he was in the capacity of management, but he was like, what do you call it? Like a traveler. You know what I mean? Like you go to different stores. Probably, well, keep your opinion out. I'm trying to keep Kim Magical's opinion out because I've got lots. So he went to different places. He worked in Greenwood. He worked in Bloomington. Oh, God. Those are just places and I will say, okay. When he was pretty much ending that career with Walmart, he had gotten some kind of trouble. It was over, I believe, another female employee, and he just made her feel uncomfortable. So then Walmart ships him to Ohio to work in a Walmart in Ohio. When he was working in Ohio, it was so far to drive back and forth. Because I'm like an hour and a half from Delphi. And, it takes... He's doing some traveling. Let's just say. Major traveling. He stayed down there during the weekend. He only went home on weekends. Now... Oh my God. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say again, this is for entertainment purposes only. These are my opinions, my thoughts, intuitively. R.A. did not wake up one day and, boom, go out and, right off the bat, kill 2 girls. No. Nothing shocks me with him. Because he's very quiet. Oh God, now I see. He's got that quiet. And people look at him and think, oh, he's nothing to, but he is. He's quiet. The thoughts he has in his mind, nobody else knows. And not even his wife. Okay, we're going to do the cards on it, see what the cards tell us, but I looked it up. It's Evansdale, Iowa. It's like 300 miles away. That is not far. Now, when I was, looking at Evansdale, where it was, because I wanted to see where was it compared to Delphi. I mean, God, he so could have. Oh my God. Do I have anything else that I'm missing on that? I would say before I start the cards. Oh my God. This I must have been writing because I'm just going to read it off before I did cards. Things that I was getting, because I've meditated on this a lot, because this isn't something that I wanted to jump in and not be protected. Because, man, I'm just real. This shit is bad. It's bad. It's not pleasant. And, you know. Okay. I have forced the girls to cross. And I have to the east to his vehicle. Likely have intimate connections to the early, there's where it comes in, like Delphi. Oh. The investigation possibly even saying they were a witness or in the search days after. Likely acted alone, has history of violence with his family. I would not, if there's alcohol and drug use with this individual, I don't know. I'm just going to say these things not making sense to me now. May have owned property within the Waterloo, Gilbertville region, or between Evansdale and Bremer County. Connections to the area of Seven Bridges Wildlife Path, because there was a highway here, and then there was another, you know, the 7 lakes, more lakes, fishing, you know, I think you could camp there. And I actually think that's what he was doing. May have utilized methods to convince people he knows the search area of the crime scene. God, that is so, I'm telling you, Richard, now I know why this is so, and then I have the last thing I wrote. Oh, what am I doing? I'm getting everything dirty. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. Oh my goodness. Guys, I'm going to turn this off because I got stuff on my hand. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. Sometimes I have a bad, well, it's just me. I tend to use my hands a lot. Okay. Let's get back to this. Okay, let's talk about Richard Allen, about what did he do after he left Walmart. He didn't have a job when the Delphi girls, Liberty German and Abby Williams, were murdered. He wasn't working. A short time after that happened, police were called to his home. It was kind of said it was kind of a domestic situation with his wife. He had been drinking. Well, I bet he was drinking, trying to get rid of what he'd done. There I go with my opinion again. So he wasn't working, but his wife drove him to some facility after the murders with those girls. He went in there for alcohol. He had gotten in trouble. He got stopped, got a DUI. I think that perhaps might be why he couldn't work for Walmart anymore, because his license, not having one. Shortly thereafter, the girls, he did pass the test, and he became a CVS employee. He was a tech in the pharmacy. He also, and this is really weird, I think, he also developed film. That's kind of creepy if you think about it. I wouldn't want my family's pictures going through him, if you know what I mean, you know? Okay, am I up? Okay, I think I got everything. And I don't know why I'm saying it. I'll just say it. I feel like, too, I believe the judge in the Delphi case shut down some shit. Let's just say. Oh, I'm sorry, got a message. I don't know what I was going to go with that. Okay, let's get all these cards. Okay. Okay, I've said my prayers, and, you know. What was I saying about him? Okay, the judge. I feel like the judge was shutting down some shady shit that was going on. And if she hadn't done it, I can guarantee they would use that. If she hadn't, they'd come back and use that on her. And like, well, why did you da-da-da-da? Will she be replaced? Good question. Yeah, I'm absolutely sure they're looking at her, but you know, guys, I don't see her being replaced. I see her I don't know. Let's see what the cards say. I just don't. Now, do I feel Mr. Allen is responsible for what happened that day? Yes. Do I feel there was more involved? Yes, I do. And I only say that because of going there and walking the path, and it was pretty intense. I mean, pretty intense. And that's why I just don't see him being able to pull this off by himself. I just don't, because those girls were spitfire, let me tell you. Libby was on it. God, she was on it. God bless her. I mean, if you think about it, she pretty much gave it all. And look how long it took to get him. And don't get me going on that. That was a complete F up. Okay. Okay. Spirit, what can you tell us about the Evansdale murders in Iowa of Libby Cook? I'm sorry, not Libby, I'm getting, sorry guys. Larry Cook and Elizabeth Collins. Larry Cook and Elizabeth Collins. Tell us about what happened. Give us some clues. That's too many. Give us some clues. Give us some clues. Give us some answers that will help us. You know, I'm getting right now. Rest assured, he's being looked at for that, for these murders. He's being looked at for that. Oh God, this is popping in my head. There was another, she was a young woman. She was in Bloomington. She was going to college. I worked for IU Police Department, Indiana University. Bloomington is Indiana University in Bloomington. It's probably maybe a couple hours from Indianapolis, which is where I was. So it's different campuses, but the same school. And they have police department there too. Which were all the same, so there was a young woman. Oh gosh, I can't think of her name. I could see her face. Beautiful. Disappeared. Just disappeared. They've never been able to find her. That was in Bloomington. Again, Richard Allen. He did work in Bloomington at the Walmart, and if you look on a map, from where she disappeared to the Walmart, it is, you know, it's not like it's far away. But I'm not so sure about that, because I feel like he goes after, oh God, he goes after the younger ones. Okay, do you all remember seeing that video of him? And his wife had put it on Facebook, and she had said, the best day ever Christmas shopping with her husband. Well, I always thought it was odd that she came out and she shot that video where he was in the car and he was doing something and she kind of startled him and he gave her that look. And I'm thinking, how can that be a fun day? Because he rode with you in the car? He wasn't in there shopping with you. What was he doing? What? You know what? He was not idle. His mind was not idle. This has always been there. This is not... He's done other things. Oh my God. What did I just say, guys? Killer has a history of committing crimes. Okay, Spirit, we are talking about... Okay, we're talking about the Evansdale, Iowa murders of Larry Cook and Elizabeth Collins, the two little girls that went missing. What more can you... Additional evidence is at the crime scene. There's no evidence. There's no evidence like in outside. Find the killer, you will find the evidence. You will find some evidence. But he's kept. God. Okay, Spirit. What else can you tell us? What else can you tell us about who killed Larry Cook and Elizabeth Collins? 2 little girls who went missing from... Oh, that can't be, guys. I can't take all those. I can't take all those. I can't take all of... I'm going to put this back and I'm going to shuffle some more, but this card does say that someone concerned the killer. Oh, someone coerced the killer into murdering the victims. I'm going to put that back in the deck because, you know, all those cards, I didn't take them, but... Okay, let's focus. Spirit, what can you tell us? Tell us. Tell us more about this killer. This warrior spirit. I can't see what that word is. I don't know. I'm just gonna, you know, because those didn't come out. Okay, let's tell the story here. Spirit, tell us. What else can you tell us? Give me another card. Give me another card. There was a motive for committing the crime. There was a motive for committing. You know what? With this card, I get... money and drug use. Okay, one more, and then we're going to pull from 2 other decks. Okay. Give us another clue. Give us another clue. Motive. You know, it's kind of interesting because it's kind of... I don't want to call any more on that drug. I don't want to say this. I will say, drugs brings people in your life. I don't know why I'm saying this, but drugs and the energy and in that, it brings, how do I say this tactfully? brings people into your life and close to your family that if you were in your right minds and you weren't, and that wasn't involved, you would not even associate with these people. I don't know why I'm feeling like okay, give me one more card. I know I said one more. One more. And then I'll go to the other decks to see. Too many. I feel when they track down this person, they're going to find the DNA. This person still has something he took. I don't know if I want to know what it was, actually. Okay, one more card. Oh my goodness. They want to talk tonight, ain't they? Dating history or killer knew of the victims. I'm telling you. And I don't want to say this because I think the family is beating yourself up. More than the world could do. They were connected. Yeah, I'm telling you, they were connected. They're connected by drug use, and I believe it comes from... I don't want to say this. I see her family. But yeah, God, that was bad. I think they need to look in that. I see this. Thirty, 35 years old. And I believe he was either camping or he was fishing close. Somehow he lured the girl with something. I feel like they were lured away. You know, it throws me off because their bikes being leaned up against that fence. Which that leads me to believe the girls got off their bikes for some reason, set them up, and they were they were with oh my God. He lured him with something. I don't know what. Yeah, he got him away quick when he got him. He scooped him up, drove away with him. Oh. Okay. Okay, Spirit, just show me with the cards. I really don't want to see the images anymore. I feel pain, pressure. I feel like I can't breathe. And the police they're not releasing. I think they're keeping everything close, and they should, because there are people out there that would actually say they did a crime to be, they think, looked at like, oh, look at me. But that's not what we think when we, okay. Okay, tell us some more. Tell us some more, Spirit. God, you know what? We can send some people into space. We can see different universes. We can have all this technology, but we can't protect our children. There's got to be I know, I don't even know what I'm going to say, because I'm sure the police are registered sex offenders. I feel like they're, well, you know, I don't want to bust anybody's bubble, but they're by all of us. One of my dear friends had jury duty. This, just like last week or the week before. And it was this guy that had been molesting all these little children. I mean, they were little. Now, this guy was all dressed in a suit. Very attractive, my friend said. My friend's kind of like me, though. You know, they're in there being, you know, asked. And she said the whole time she just was just staring at him. She's like, could not believe it. And then when the charges, you know, what he had done, it was like, oh my God, there was more than one. But it's like, so you don't know. You don't know what a predator looks like, because oh God, I don't know. Okay. I got tortured, dark colored vehicle, and stun gun. Okay, give me one more. Tortured, dark colored vehicle, stun gun. I know that, I know I know the police are checking everything out. You know, because I want to read out of, if there's anybody in that area around her grandmother, if there was sex offenders there, around, living, I'd be wanting to go through and pull up everything I could find on videos, because nowadays so much is caught on videos. And I absolutely would be calling up Delphi, but they've done all that. You know, that's just me. I'm telling you, anytime I came across a bad person, I would just think, there's no way. And it made me realize we've got evidence and knocked out. So we have tortured, dark colored vehicles, stun gun evidence, knocked out. Killer has a history of committing crimes. Police look at that. Additional evidence is at the crime scene. I'm thinking that's his house. I feel like there was a motive for committing the crimes. Damn. Dating history, or killer knew the victims. Okay. Let's go with these now. See? Do I believe that RA is capable to do such a crime? Well, absolutely. Look what he did in Delphi. The question is, did he do these, though? And it's really hard because the energy is the same mucky energy. Because these people are low vibration, very... And I feel like this person... If he doesn't now, this person did have... Somebody else knows and they won't talk. I see a female. Could that be his wife? You know those moments when you're thinking, no, but it couldn't be. A little too much. Those are just too much. I can't take all those. If it comes out like that again, I'm going to take them all. Just send it twice to me. This female doesn't, I mean, it's not like an eyewitness, they saw it, whatever, but suspicious behavior. is that all messed up? Cards are even flipping around. Alright, I said I'd take them. I'm going to take these. Oh, God. Evidence. Cult. Go outside. Cardinal. When I see that card, I'm seeing the loved one with the girls. Cardinal is the sign. I get grandparents. I got grandparents. I got New Mexico. New Mexico, Montana, and Colorado. This person's affiliated. He's either been to these places or he's moved to there. It's one of these places. He hasn't stopped. Perhaps there's more murder victims by this sick person. But there's female energy around that. Yeah, all these places, Oregon. This person has left the area. He doesn't live there anymore. God, will he be caught? He will be caught only because of the scrutiny that people feel about these murders. You know, Abby and Libby's murders, they've saved lives. They've touched so many people by their courage of that day. And it's the light that was put on that case. It's making people take notice more. Man, this is really sad. Really sad. I do not feel Richard Allen did this. But he has done more. He did more. He did things before the girls. In Delphi. You know, what can you say about that? That's such evil. It's hard to comprehend. I always feel sick at my stomach. And I don't give out gory details because that's what it's about. That's not what we want. What we want is justice. We want them all solved. We want all of them solved. If they're missing, we want them brought home. Okay. And you got, you know, I'm sure now that I'm not going to be able to stop doing readings on this because I think it's through readings, it's through the YouTube sleuths out there that dig in and see the details of stuff and really it's not like it's not like people go, oh, sometimes the gift that you have, you can be like looked upon like a witch. Just there's a lot of haters, but I can tell you the true light workers out there, they're quite content to do everything from behind the scenes. They do it every day. The light workers, just amazing. And there's so much, there's so many more than people even realize. And I think people are starting, not all, but some people are starting to be more accepting of that. And all I can say is, you know, sometimes it isn't pleasant at all. But I know that I and my soul sisters, my group of soul sisters, we don't do it for money. We don't. You can't. You know, I've even struggled with that myself. How do you put a value on that? And at one time I did the bracelets. I ended up giving them all away. Because I just want everybody to have them. But that's okay. It all comes back to you. What was my thought with that? Yeah, we don't do it because it's fun. It's not fun at all. It can be really hard on us. It can make us sick. I just have health issues, but so, but it can make things worse. It can cause you to lose sleep. You you know, you have to be so careful. You have to always protect yourself and surround yourself in the white light and ask for God's protection. And yeah, I feel like I looked at it like this. Okay, if I give a reading to somebody, I don't know, once you put money into the picture, it changes things. I don't know how to describe it, what I'm saying. You might be saying, I don't understand at all what you're saying. But it's like, okay, say you have a service, and you're giving this service, and they're paying for this service. Well, you know, say you go to give a reading and it's just not there. But because money has entered the picture, I believe that puts, how do I want to say this? I just don't want to juggle that. I don't want to juggle that with, oh my God, I have this bill or that bill, and oh God, and there was nothing there, so let me throw in some stuff. See, that's why I've struggled with the charging. And, I don't know. Sometimes I just think, you know, if somebody wants to, if I give a reading and somebody, you know, says, he wants to give me a gift, like sage or potions. I still have these. I substitute these to me for a bracelet. 2 bags of them, and these are my favorite. So that's how I am with that. So I have a bunch of stuff for bracelets, but I have not just put it together because it's one of those times where I get it all out and then boom, I'm up all night and I'm just I'm in the zone, the creative zone, and I call them, you know, my magical healing bracelets. I charge them, I clear them, and I haven't made any, but I'm thinking I will. But I think I'm gonna make them, but I'm going to call them. They're all going to be dealing with angels, because I think angels are so wonderful. So they'll have angel charms and things on them, and they will be, you know, I use amethyst, rose. I love those. Those are my 2 favorite. And oh gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I have it on. Why can't I think of the stone? It's very high protector. You know, and you can also tiger's eye. I make tiger's eye. I've used, oh God, I've used so many. But, you know, one day you'll just come on and I'll have a video for y'all. And, if I choose to do anything, that's what I'll do. You know, I'll make my bracelets again. But I feel like, you know, this was a gift, even though sometimes it's not. And I don't know. And, you know, I just want to say, you know, sometimes it can be really rough on some of these cases, but like I said, my soul sisters and all the light workers out there, that's all they do. I mean, and we are a very big advocate for children and finding them, and, you know, women that have been murdered, and oh, I could go on and on. I remember when the Long Island, you know, the killer, I don't even want, you know what, I don't even say his name. You know, just say Rex. Why would I want to say something about him? Oh, I know what it was. I remember when that first came out, and I didn't want to get into that because I knew it was going to be. I knew they were going to find bodies, and I'm not so sure they're not going to find more. And there was actually a creator out there that does a lot of, shining the light on things. And I had messaged her. She never got back with me, but I had messaged her because I wanted to say, this is something you need to focus on. Shine your light over, she shined her light on a lot, of things. I don't always agree, but that's okay. We don't have to agree. We can agree that we did something else. Because it's not one person. It's the collective of all of us. So, I don't know. Well, anyways, I wanted to tell her she needed to shine her light on that this was a case, corruption in the police department, big time. Big time. They were hiding this. This is before all that shit came out. Because, I really wanted her to go. But she didn't. But it's coming out anyway. But anyways. I'm sorry. I know we've been on all kinds of subjects. I'll probably end it right now. I actually feel very sick to my stomach. Right in my solar plexus. God. So I'm going to go and get out of this funk energy. But I love you guys so much, and this case is going to be something that I'm going to look at like I looked at, Delphi. Oh, almost forgot. I want to add the floor fires on that. 4 little girls died in that. I think I have read on that, like, way, way back. Because I got the impression that was connected to Delphi. Because there was individuals that, and I always felt it was arson. Even before that came out, it was arson. But it's like, who did it? And I know with what I know about serial killers and, they have history, they hurt animals, they've been known to even start fires and watch them burn. And I know this was not Richard Allen's first rodeo, in my opinion. These are all my opinions. I'll stop because there's so much I want to say on BK in the Idaho 4. But anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm sure I'm going to be back with some more happy videos. My granddaughter came, so I have both of my grandchildren here. And she's staying all the way up to Christmas Day she leaves. Because she usually stays, comes Christmas and stays, but she's having 2 wisdom, well, not 2, all of her wisdom teeth came in. So she's got to have those taken out. So she's came today. So we're going to have our Christmas. So Christmas Eve will be our Christmas. And then the night before Christmas Eve will be our Christmas Eve. That's how we'll do it. But, oh, my lips. I'm so chapped. But it's just going to be great. I got surprises planned. I'll keep my mouth. But anyways, this is it. Like I say, if you have any more questions, any more requests, you can put it in comments. You can send me a email. My email I always put up on my videos. Like I said, I will be watching this one. I'm going to do more. Now I'm going to start really diving into things. Anyways, I love you guys so much, and I send my love and light to you always. Hello, my magical subs. You know, I had a very, not like last night, but the night before, I had a dream, and I don't have these vivid dreams that often, and this one was a doozy, and it was about Delphi. And I can tell you that, well, I'm trying to get this lit, because, boy, I had a bad day after that. It was a nightmare. I mean, it was a nightmare. And I was there. It was like I was there. And the things in this dream that I saw, I'm really disturbed about. And I'm just going to say straight up, I've always said there's more. I thought there was 3. I believe there was 3 there. I believe that Richard Allen was on the bridge walking towards the girls. He goes down the hill, guys. I believe that was 2 voices we heard. And I also believe the second person was at the bottom of the hill. Now, I just want to say, these are my impressions, my interpretation of my life experiences. That's how Spirit works with me. And that's how I get the messages. I'm trying to just get into it. Let me tell you, that dream was so vivid. It was like I was there. It was like I was seeing things that I did not want to see. There's no doubt in my mind, Richard Allen is the murderer. However, there are others. And I know I'm going to take a hit for this, but I have to be true, and I have to just say what I saw and what I get. And this greatly disturbed me more. I saw a badge. There is corruption. The badge was the 5-pointed star. I think we all know who wears that. State police don't have that kind of badge. I'm curious too. I don't know what kind of badge the wildlife, conservation officers wear, but I'd be curious on that too, because I have a lot of questions about that. Now, when I say corruption in law enforcement, it can be someone lying, someone not telling the whole truth, trying to mislead. I believe that has been going on. And I'm telling you, I am quite sure Keegan Klein had a part in all this. And I believe no matter how small the part you might have had, if you had knowledge of it, if you witnessed it, you did not speak up, you are as guilty as if you are. And you should be held accountable. I want to say, when I woke up from my dream, from my nightmare, that I had the most awful headache. I was sick at my stomach. I mean, I was sick at my stomach all day yesterday. I could not shake it. And it felt, my heart hurt. As if someone had punched something into my heart. Now, I'm empathic. I'm intuitive. You know, I feel things. So I truly felt I did not have a bug. When you go into energy that is dark, that is evil, which the whole Delphi case is engulfed in that. I think there are secrets being kept still. Okay, I thought, instead of just, I wanted to come on and tell you this, but I thought we'd pull some cards just to see if anything new. I feel like sometimes some things are meant to come out at certain times. That's just how sometimes the universe is. And I think with all that's been going on, I think more is going to come out, and I think it's going to be shocking. Now, after that, I woke up from this nightmare and I was sick and I was all, I burnt my Palo Santo. I did everything. I even took a shower in the spiritual cleansing soap. I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. Then last night I was able to meditate more about it and, call in extra protection. So I just kind of want to do this today to see what comes out, because I'm very, very curious. When I tell you that dream was so real, and in the dream, it was very disturbing. I saw a building. It was old. It was when I say building, I'm talking more like a shed. And it had